So I know it's been a little while since I have had a video, but I'm back today with a traveler's notebook spread using my November Wild Hare kits. I'm showing you here my kit, my photos, and you of course saw the sketch that I was working on. That sketch was designed by one of our fellow team members, Jess Claire. And yeah, she created this really awesome sketch for us. So my setup looks very different right now. I am totally sure of that because I wasn't home. I spent a weekend at Inspiration in Bloom, which is in Oak Harbor, Ohio. It is the most gorgeous retreat on the planet. I love it so much. You must all check it out. I will even put a link for it below. It's just, I love it. Love it. So my good friend Kristen, who was scrapbooking with me, came up with this fabulous idea that allowed me to do a couple process videos while I was at the crop. So I went through all of my kit, and if you want to see the kit in full, you can check out my November unboxing video. I trimmed down my photos to go with the sketch, and now I'm just going ahead and grabbing these papers I chose. I decided to use the Little by Little floral that came in my kit because I thought it was just perfect for it. Went with my photos. It was super fun. I loved both sides, so I could go ahead and follow the sketch and pull a side down like you see here. So because this is a little bit different than my normal setup, there is going to be a bit of a glare. And while I was at this retreat, I did 3 videos. So this one will be the first one, I believe, that goes live. But either way, there'll be a glare on all those videos. And just because that was just the way the lighting was and there wasn't anything I could do about it, but I figured maybe you guys wouldn't mind. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just putting down both of my papers here. I was watching, you'll see me shift this traveler's notebook spread all over the place, and the glare is going to get better and worse because I was really trying to figure out how to set it up so that the light wasn't right on my photo. So I cut the Schmel paper down and I'm just adhering it, and I put that little bit off to the side and turned the corner down. And I'm just going to go ahead now and put my photos in. I'm going to go through some of these 6x6 papers because there is a bit of like a side piece on the sketch that has a couple of layers. And I really wanted to make sure that I included those because I thought they were really cool. This sketch, you can find the sketch that just created on the Wild Hare Kits blog, and it is a really good sketch. I altered it easily to make it a traveler's notebook layout, but you could also alter it to 8.5 by 11. You could alter it to 12 by 12. I don't think you could do a pocket page, maybe, but that could be a little rough. So I'm just going through here, and I decided to go ahead and matte my photos with yellow. Now, the one photo on the right, you definitely saw me go ahead and cut it in half so that I could spread it across the entire traveler's notebook spread. And yeah, I grabbed some of these 6x6 papers that matched the colors. So I took all the colors from that Little by Little paper, and those are the colors that I'm using throughout my traveler's notebook spread. So the green, the pink, the yellow, anything that I could find. And as you can see here, that floral Little by Little paper matched my photos too perfectly not to use, right? So now that I've got the photos where I want them, I'm going through the turn the page 2x2 papers, which are just fabulous. Really fabulous. I am so happy I got them in this kit. They are perfect for traveler's notebooks. And the second project I did with my kit was a pocket page, and they were wonderful with those too. So I really like them, and they're rather inexpensive. So yes, definitely get them. Or you can also request products in your Wild Hare kit. So you can go over to the site and you can put in your little note, I want the 2x2 turn the page paper pads, because I got them in my kit. So Allison definitely has them in stock. So I'm just continuing here with my layers, and I'm picking the different elements I want to use on this layout. And then I'm going to go ahead and move on to those torn papers on the sketch that are on the right side. So I chose this pink paper from Dear Lizzie Stargazer. It's a cut-apart sheet, but what I did was I cut a piece of the cut-apart sheet away that I knew I just wasn't going to use. And I flipped it over, and I'm going to use that bright pink gorgeous border there. And then I'm also going to pull some of the cut-apart sheet. This is from the Hazelwood collection. And I'm just going to take those strips over to the side there, and I'm going to use some of those strips in my layout. And I think I used that green one, but I cut it like in half, so I have enough to create all the border strips down the right side with it. And now I'm going to go ahead and just start re-adhering that down because it decided to pop up a little bit. I also went through the phrases pack of the Stargazer collection, and not the Stargazer collection, the phrase pack from Turn the Page, and I pulled that little 2x2 square that I wanted to use as part of the embellishment for my layout. And you saw me there just grab my mini stapler and quick staple down that piece that's folded over because it just didn't want to stay. I don't know what was going on with it, but it didn't want to stay. So okay, fine. And yep, just trimming off that pink. I love that pink paper. That's one of those papers that I'm like, I like both sides. I really like the pink, but then some of the cut-aparts that are on the flip side of it are really, really sweet and cute too. So that's going to be a rough one. So I was glad that I got to use the pink because I think the rest of my layout is probably going to be, or the rest of the papers I'm going to use from that sheet are probably going to be the cut-aparts. So now I decided to tear, there's a torn edge on the sketch, and I decided I'll have a torn edge on my paper too. So I took the yellow paper that I used to mat, and I'm just going to go ahead and tear the edge and ink it up and then get those borders going down the right side of my page. So now I'm going to go ahead and start to embellish. I'm going to add some of the die cuts from the Pinkfresh Studio die cut collection that came in my kit, and some of these puffy stickers, and I'm going to use my roller date stamp. This also came in my kit. It's from Dear Lizzie. And I love it. It has like the nicest little sentiments on it. So I took this arrow from the Pinkfresh Studio die cut pack, and I added it right there underneath my photo. I took that Glorious Moment, which was the perfect shade of bright pink to match my flowers, and I'm going to put that up at the top to kind of act like a little bit of a title, and then the little box at the bottom from the Paige Evans phrase collection will be kind of like a subtitle. I added that green die cut. It says smile, and I think there's some wording on the green that's really nice. And I'm also going to go ahead and use that one. Now I'm pulling out my puffy stickers just to add a little bit of some icons, some non-wordy things to my layout. I'm going to choose one of these flowers. There was one that was like perfect. It worked perfectly. Oh no, I didn't get flowers. I got the butterfly. That's right. I think the flowers were on the pocket page because I did end up doing 2 projects with this kit. Yep. So the next thing I decided to do is I took my Muji pen, and I wanted my butterfly to have a tail because all butterflies need tails. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to like swirl this around and a little bit of artistic drawing on my page. And I think that's all I added from that kit. I think I added a couple of little puffy stickers up on that corner, but I felt like it was finished and complete with just those 2 little puffy sticker additions, and it didn't need any more. But as you can see here, I'm adding that little tail, and I made some parts thick and some parts thin and gave it a little bit of a whimsical look. So and I didn't cut all that out of the video so that if you were interested in seeing how I created that tail, my total process would be there for you. I think I'm just sitting here thinking, do I want to add anything else? But if I remember correctly, I don't. And I'm going to pull this up so you can see all of the detail. I hope you've enjoyed this video, even though we have a little change of venue. Have a wonderful day, and we will see you again soon. I have a couple close-ups for you as well, just because I took them. I knew that that glare was there. So talk to you later. Bye.